energy been like at practice and even today in the locker room before going into this game?
I think the energy has been good. I think, a lot of that's come from our leadership from Coach Stoudemire. He's been very upbeat. He's been very positive. He's kind of been letting these guys know what to expect. He's been in a lot of games as a player and a coach, so he's been in this position before as far as being in a slump, as far as losing games and the mentality that you have to get out of this situation. So he's done a good job of preparing them for what's to come ahead.
What do you expect to see from Portland today, and how have you prepared your team to see that?
I think Portland is a good team. They're very young, so a lot of their hardships, a lot of their shortcomings up until this point has been due to the fact that they are a young team, but they're very talented. Marcus Shavers, their starting two-guard, he's shooting over 50% from the field in conference and over 50% from three, so he's been extremely hot. They've been looking to him to score the ball a lot. They also have Josh McSwiggins, who's a senior, who can really shoot the ball. So they have 2 or 3 guys that are very effective, and we have to come out and do a good job guarding them.
I spoke to Coach Hawkins earlier this week, and he mentioned a few things that you guys stressed at practice. Fighting through adversity, working together, and being tougher. Physically, where do you need these guys to be tougher?
I think with us is more of a mental approach. You got to be mentally stronger. And, one of the good things about sports is it prepares you for life. There's a lot of things you go through in sports that helps you with life, and adversity is going to come to you, whether it's through sports or it's through life, and a man is judged by how he deals with adversity. And the message that we've been preaching to our guys is when adversity hit, you got to keep your head up and your chest out, and you got to take it head on, and be a man about it, and look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what do I need to do to change? And then after you self-reflect, go out and put actions to it. So, we just been, trying to not hide around the fact, or not, act like we haven't lost 5 in a row. We just been kind of trying to take ownership and just trying to move forward.
I'm glad that you brought up the mental toughness, because I was actually going to get into that. When I spoke to Dorsey a couple weeks ago, we talked about a lot of little mistakes being those mental mistakes. And you kind of answered my next question, but in addition to, I guess coaching them on how to be mentally tougher, are there any experiences that you guys share with them in order to kind of help that also?
Yeah, just yesterday, Coach Stoudemire gave him a couple examples from when he was playing in the NBA, when he was with the Portland Trail Blazers, when they were a Western Conference finalist. That same year, they went to Cleveland and lost by like 56 points. And just to touch on, there will be highs and lows in the game of basketball, like I mentioned, in the game of life. And as long as you're living, you're going to go through adversity, you're going to go through things. And you just got to stay grounded, and you got to keep fighting. So that's kind of where we've been at. So yeah, Coach Stoudemire has used, references from when he played to kind of guide these guys and give them some kind of knowledge on how to get out of this situation.
As coaches, how do you measure the success of mental growth?
I think a lot of it is based on adversity. One of the things with adversity, when you go through it, the second time around, hopefully you learn from the mistakes and you don't make the same mistakes over again. And there's something to be learned in life whenever you're dealing with adversity, if you have the right perspective. And so I think one of the ways you gauge as a coach is if there's a mental lapse in the game, the next time that individual's in that same situation, how does he respond? Does he learn from his previous mistakes, or does he keep making the same mistakes over and over again? If you keep making the same mistakes over and over again, then you need to improve in that mental toughness area.
Where does working together need to come in play a little bit more for these guys?
I think a telling stat right now, we average 8 assists a game as a team. And like Coach mentioned to our players yesterday, there's individuals in the country who average 8 assists individually by themselves. So we're not a good enough team for one guy to do it by himself. We need each other, and we need each other to be successful. So we've been preaching that. We've been preaching teamwork. We've been preaching being selfless and putting the name on the front of the jersey before the name on the back of the jersey. And hopefully, as this season goes on, it'll start to translate on the floor.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Thank you. God